This is why most entrepreneurs do not succeed, because they don't understand themselves. They don't know who they are. That is maybe the biggest problem to solve as an entrepreneur, is to understand who you are and then go forth. Because all progress starts by telling the truth, and it starts inside. It starts with you.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms. Welcome to another edition of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast. Today we have a returning guest, a great friend of mine. Before I give a real introduction though, I got a question for you. You sat across from 500 plus leadership teams implementing EOS. You've done a lot of things with Visionary. You're a coach, a collaborator. What's the one thing that you see today moving forward that is going to kill businesses?
Well, hello, good morning to you too. So that's a great question. What's the one thing that's going to kill businesses? Simple. If they don't become open and honest.
I love it. Ryan Henry, welcome to the show. I had to open up with a good question because I just thought, man, coaching, collaborator, you're in the middle of acceleration at its finest. Open and honest, my dude. I'm excited for you, what you're doing. Tell me about it. What is Ryan Henry into today?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I am an entrepreneur. I'm a true entrepreneur. So as a true entrepreneur, I have entrepreneurial pursuits, and I am what you might want to label a serial entrepreneur. So that when I have my passions, and my personal passion is simple, it's transforming entrepreneurs' lives. And if I had a niche, a way in which I do that, it's just lighting up the path of entrepreneurial mastery. And in that, my mentor and business partner, Gino Wickman, says we teach what we needed the most. And he's quoting Daniel Kennedy. And so when I think about what I'm up to, the context is always, man, this is what I needed the most, because my passion is entrepreneurs. That's why I love you, because I love entrepreneurs. I love entrepreneurship. I love entrepreneurial pursuits. And so as a creator, as an entrepreneur that loves to create, as an entrepreneur that loves to coach, and as an entrepreneur who loves to collaborate with other entrepreneurs and people in that creation and that coaching, I just see breakthroughs, man. I see opportunities, I see partnerships, businesses, and free zones. And so that's what happens either when I'm creating a business or a team or coaching or collaborating. So what am I up to? I'm up to the same stuff I'm always up to, but it's all about entrepreneurs. So I'm up to being the visionary of Entrepreneurial Leap, which is Gino's first piece of content and what we call the Path of Mastery. I can tell you more about that, of course. I am up to being a great visionary with my integrator duo and my partners in eLeap. I am up to being an EOS implementer and still implementing EOS in my business. And so that's like an 18-year journey at this point, both implementing it in my businesses and being an EOS implementer. Implementer is more like 8 years. I am wanting just to live my EOS life for sure and manage my unique energy. But EOS implementer, live in EOS, eLeap. I sit on a couple of different stages and a couple other different businesses for sure. One being Entrepreneur Media Company, and the other being the National EOSI for energy. But it's just all about helping entrepreneurs, brother. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm spending my 100% time doing. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does for me. I mean, it's been 25 plus years in the game. You've done construction, real estate, coaching, collaboration. Whenever you first said serial entrepreneur and strategic coach a few years ago when we met for the first time, I remember thinking, what the hell does this guy mean? Is he like a psychopath? Is he a killer? Serial what? And then
Right.
it just all, you started talking, I'm like, oh, I get it now. He is. He's a crazy fucker. That's what he is. And you are, but you're a visionary that helps visionaries. You're the
Yeah.
person helping the person that you needed 30 years ago,
Yeah.
35 years ago, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
It might be 30 minutes ago for what it's worth too.
Yeah. We're always students no matter how much we
That's
teach,
right.
right?
That's right.
You've done a lot, man, and you have an impressive resume. Gino Wickman, created EOS. He is the godfather of EOS or whatever you want to call it, but you've taught that at a very high level. You're an expert EOS implementer, and you're just a good ass dude because you want to see other people win as much as you want to win
Yeah.
yourself. And winning for you is about a team effort. You are a true partnership person. I can say that because I'm a true partnership person. And there's some things that just can't be faked in life. And that's definitely one of them, I would have to say. What defines for you entrepreneur DNA, though? What is the thing that you say,
Yeah.
they got it?
Yeah, and just to back up for just a second, you think, how does somebody do all that kind of stuff and have an EOS life where you have time to pursue other passions, or what Dan Sullivan, our mentor, talks about as free days? Simple. I stay in my sweet spot. I'm built for the owner's box, and I have an exception to that rule, which is called eLeap. And we want to confirm 10 million entrepreneurs over the next 10 years because we know that if we can help a true entrepreneur, I'm not going to answer your question with this, but help a true entrepreneur realize who they really are, that they are a true entrepreneur, that they have what we call these 6 essential traits, it changes everything. They can burn the boats. They don't need to worry about going and pursuing that life and business. They're meant to do it. And so they light up that path. And so how do I do these other pursuits? It's really simple. I have partners. I delegate. I know myself. I know my time. I know my value. I don't exchange time for value. I exchange value for value. I know my unique ability. So I had to let go of a lot of insecurities in that process, but we can talk more about that. But how does somebody know if they are an entrepreneur, and what's that DNA look like? That's your question, essentially. So it's really simple. We call this 6 essential traits. And so if you're listening and you're wondering, man, yeah, I'm kind of wondering, am I a true entrepreneur? What does that mean? Well, true entrepreneurs have 6 essential traits. They are visionary, passionate, problem solving, driven, risk taking, and responsible. Visionary just means you got a lot of ideas, constantly seeing around corners. I could go on, but if you know what I'm talking about, you have that visionary trait. Your whole life, if you look back on it and the things you're doing, it shows up all over the place. And if you're wondering if you're visionary, just go ask somebody. Passionate is, are you passionate about your product, your service, your experience? It's the number one reason you're going to succeed. So are you passionate? Will you suffer for the cause? Problem solving is you just get a high off of solving problems. Like you love to lean into problems. You're going to have to solve like 6 to 10 for the rest of your life every single day. So get ready. And do you have that trait? And if you don't have that trait, this ain't the life for you. Entrepreneurship is hard. It's really hard when you're not a true entrepreneur and you're faking the funk. Next is just driven. Do you have this fire in you, a drive to succeed, to win, to pull it off? You call it competitive, you just call it driven, fire. Risk taker. You'll take the risk. You'll believe in something that's not even seen. You'll make it happen, and you see that it's real, and you'll make it real. That's what entrepreneurs do. They make it up. And responsible. That just means you don't blame anybody. You take full responsibility for everything. So entrepreneurial DNA is what we call the 6 essential traits. And we say DNA because you're born like this. You can't go become this. You are this. And so this is about awareness. Do you have these traits? You can't make these traits up. You can't go work out and gain these traits. You can't hang out with me long enough and get these traits. You either have these traits or you don't. And so that is a distinguishing thing there. That's a provocative statement. But if you do have those traits, you're like 3 to 4% of the world's population, and you have a unique path for you. Yeah. But if you don't, well, now, hallelujah. Now you know you're not. And there's like 1,000 other things you could do with your life. And please go do that, because you're going to go live in hell otherwise, because you just don't have the DNA to do it.
And if you don't have that DNA and you try to live that life, it is hell.
Hell.
But it's also hell if you have the DNA and you don't know it and you try to live a perceived normal life, right? Same thing.
Well, yeah, it's like, God, if you have those traits and you're an employee, oh,
I'm
it's the
unemployable, right?
worst. It's got to be I mean, I know I've been an employee. After a while, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. It just doesn't work. I want to change everything. I want to lead. I don't necessarily like to manage people, and I kind of have a big opinion about things. So when you're not aware of these traits, and sometimes you're not an entrepreneur, well, it's kind of a rough life. But it's also a rough life when you have these traits and you are an entrepreneur and you're unaware that you must master these traits. So as a visionary, you're like, I'm a visionary. Yeah, okay. So is your vision clear? Or you just sound delusional to people?
You can be
So you got to
delusional,
be
but you
aware of
got to be
that.
very clear on it, right?
You got to be so clear
Hmm.
because a lot of times it's so clear in our heads. And when we talk, it just sounds like thump thump, man. Like the music in our head does not translate. And people just think we're delusional. And so all progress starts by telling the truth. You'll live in the nightmare and you will suffer significantly. And this is why most entrepreneurs do not succeed
Hmm.
because they don't understand themselves. They don't know who they are. And that is that is maybe the biggest problem to solve. It is the biggest problem to solve as an entrepreneur is to understand who you are and then go forth. Because all progress starts by telling the truth and it starts inside. It starts with you. I could talk the rest of our time together about just that alone, but I'll
It's
stop.
it's the key. It's so important. My last coaching call I called it the paradox of self-awareness. And
Yeah.
this has been a challenge for myself, and you've probably experienced this, but you have confidence and you have competence, and getting them to align, knowing exactly who you are, and your confidence matching your ability, and your ability matching your confidence. Sometimes, for me, I've undervalued myself and
Mhm.
overvalued others, and it's been something that I did not understand for so long.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced this where you've had this discrepancy between confidence that you had and the confidence in which you could go perform?
Yeah, it really is all about those 6 essential traits.
Mhm.
See, I'm this driven individual. And sometimes I felt like I had to apologize for my drive or pull my drive back or not let it in. And I pulled it in. It would just kill me because I just need to let it out. I want to put it into gear. I want to drive. And my competency shows up when I have the confidence that those are elemental things, not only about me, but actually the ingredients of how I build a life of my dreams. I have these dreams. I'm a visionary. I see what I want to live, how I want to live, and I see what I want to see happen when I create a business. And if I hold those traits back, or I'm just fully ignorant, like I just don't even know that these are traits I must master and use, oh, I suffer significantly, and my confidence goes way down because I just don't understand what I'm doing, and people don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have the confidence
Mhm.
to stand on that. Well, dare I say, business. So 100%. Oh my Lord, I've suffered for, I mean, I would dare you say I've suffered for decades as an entrepreneur until I got the reality of these 6 essential traits.
I
Yeah.
think this is such a pivotal topic to touch on, because you can climb a ladder your whole life, get to the top of it, and realize you spent the whole entire time climbing the wrong ladder. Your ladder to success. So knowing who you are is crucial. Knowing how much time it's probably going to take, like being real with yourself about it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be worth it, but it's going to be a long road. But it's going to be the right road for the right reasons to get you where you want to go. But it takes a lot of time, I think, to figure that out, dude. I mean, it's hard to just know that you're on the right path, let alone to get on that path
You know how long it takes?
your whole life.
Yeah, you got it. That's right.
Hmm. Yep, your whole life,
It's
right?
an ever evolving path of mastery that never ends. You're going to
Never
be an
ends.
entrepreneur if you're an entrepreneur for the rest of your life. And look, if you're not an entrepreneur, let me just say a couple things really quick there. Now you know. But if you love entrepreneurs and you love entrepreneurship and you love participating in entrepreneur pursuits, and hear that loud and clear. If you do, you might have like 4 of the traits. You might not be visionary or risk taking, but you certainly are passionate, problem solving, driven, and responsible. And my God, I mean, for Jake and I, if like somebody showed up to my office, and this is part of my dream in the future, that somebody shows up and said, "Hey, I took that assessment because I was just trying to figure myself out." And I realized I think I'm built for entrepreneurship. I don't have the visionary or risk-taking trait, but I'm built for entrepreneurship because I would love to work with an entrepreneur who's visionary and risk-taking, and I'd love to follow that human. I might follow that human to the end of the earth. And my God, those are the people that I think can help lead the future if you don't have those traits. And I would love to find the people with those 4 traits and get them more involved with entrepreneurship, because I think they're suffering too, for what it's worth.
Absolutely. Because they don't have all of it, but they have 80% of it, right? Or
But it's not
enough
about having all of it in the sense of this is just who they are. It's just
Yes.
awareness. And so that awareness is like, that starts the journey in a new way. And so
That's
for
like,
them, it's a path of being involved with entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship and entrepreneur pursuits. But you're right. The awareness never ends. Like the path of mastery is simply, who am I? What do I want? How do I get it? And that is ever evolving through the awareness that you get on it. I mean, mastery is being aware, knowing, experiential knowing, soul, head. I don't know how to describe it, just knowing. I always go like this when I say knowing, head and heart. I know. Oh, I know now. I have awareness. I have insight and wisdom. I have knowing, and then I fully implement it. That's why I'm called an implementer in EOS. I help people get awareness, knowing, and then we integrate it, make it whole. And that's why visionaries need integrators, to make them and their vision and their companies whole, make them whole. And so that's an ever evolving path that never ends. So you're right, it never ends. Good job. It's good.
it never ends. And you told me one of the most beautiful and profound things that I needed to hear a couple years ago. And I don't even know if you remember it, but
I don't know. I say a lot of things, so tell me. I'm so interested.
you said your vision is only as good as the ability to have it implemented. Your idea is only as good as your ability to put it in place. Ideas are awesome, but if you can't have it actually done, being right does not mean that you're effective. And I found out the hard way, my God, I might have the right answer, but I am not effective in getting the right answer in place or delivering the message in a way that can be heard.
Yeah,
So
man.
being right has made me maybe be right, but I'm not effective getting the right thing in place. It doesn't mean it's really that valuable at the end of it.
God, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a hard pill to swallow. Talk about vulnerability or insecurity. You know, you have the answer and you can't distribute it. How painful was that you actually know what to do, but you just can't rally people around you or communicate clear enough, or get, the team around you, or sitting down, like just in that frame of mind to see it to be true. And it's all on you. Talk about ownership. Oh man, as the island of my knowledge grows, so does the shore of my ignorance. And the more that I realize I know, the more I realize that I don't know anything.
It's so good, dude. Yeah, we
You're-
just vision without traction is hallucination.
It is. And having vision is only as powerful as that implementation. When you said that, Ryan, it was like slow, smooth as fast. These awesome ideas. That's when I really started to have the parking lot of ideas. I have a parking lot. That thing is building every day. The capacity is overflowing at all times, but I just have a parking lot of things that I put away. I'll revisit every once in a while, but I don't really need a lot of discovery of what to do. I just need to go execute with the discernment I know is true. Like, I don't need education sometimes. I just need to be, efficient with my pursuit, and what I know is already there.
That's
And
great.
that's probably the hardest thing for us sometimes.
That's so good. That's the best.
It's hard though, right? Because we're 10%, we have an idea, we want to see it come to be true. I'm not good at developing a damn thing. I know that. Like, I know I can get you 10% of the idea out there, and I want to be at the end of the 10% to see it implemented and be a part of that, selling it. But that 80% in between, dude, that's not me. I know that now more than ever. I know that, but I can get you some ideas put together and have a hell of a vision for something, and then help sell that thing at the end when it's developed. That 80% in the middle, though, that shit's for the birds. It isn't something I'm going to be good at.
Well, that brings a couple things up for me. Is it okay if I just tell you what comes
Let's
up for
do
me?
it.
Say that. 2 things come up for me: partners, integrators, leadership teams. That's what comes up for me. And why do I say that? Well, Know thyself. You and I are serial entrepreneurs. I think you are a serial entrepreneur. Your ideas express themselves in different pursuits. So am I. You're a partner person. So am I. So we know ourselves. And so when we're thinking about true partnerships, how to find true partnerships, it's 5 things. It's really simple. Because if you want to pursue other things and you are a true partner, there's some things that really help. Number 1, when you're looking for another partner, how do you find them? 5 questions to ask yourself and the person that you're considering, but to have them ask and then just have them tell you what their answers are. 1 is, are you both true entrepreneurs? It'd be really hard to do an entrepreneurial pursuit with somebody that's not a true entrepreneur if you're a true entrepreneur. So that's got to match. And they've got to know themselves and you got to know themselves. You can take our Entrepreneur in the Making assessment at eLeap and you'll know. Next, what's your personal passion? Like, what's the number 1 reason you know you exist and you are on this earth? Again, mine is transforming entrepreneurs' lives. So you got to know yourself. You can do a really quick exercise, which is just what's your 3 failures in life? What's your 3 successes in life? Based on those things, what has life taught you? And then from there, bring a passion statement out. But you got to be aligned with passion, because if you're not aligned with passion, you won't succeed. It's the number 1 reason you're going to succeed in a pursuit. Next, core values. Who are you? Who are they? Do your core values align? If they don't, again, it's not going to work. But if they do, great. Next, entrepreneurial range. What kind of entrepreneur are you on the spectrum? In eLeap, we teach this thing called an entrepreneurial range. On one side of it is self-employed. On the other side is true entrepreneur. At noon, I land about 130. I like to build about 10 to 250 person companies. That's probably why EOS makes so much sense to me, because EOS is built for 10 to 250 person companies. And so are you aligned with that person? Because if you're looking at somebody who wants to build a 20 person company, you want to build a 200 person company, you're just not going to be aligned. You're not going to think the same. You're not going to want to grow the same. And you're not going to want to delegate the same. It's just not going to work. And then the last one, the 5th one, is simple. Are they a partner person? And are you a partner person? If you're a partner person, are you controlling? Are you equal? And who are they? Are they controlling? Or are they equal? If you're both controlling, it's not going to work.
Good luck.
And so again, you've got to be aligned on those 5 things. Those 5 things can save you literally a fast pass to the nightmare. And so partners. I want to do integrators and leadership teams, but I'm just going to stop there for a second. Just if there's anything you just want to reflect on that.
I think it's great that you touched on that, because partnerships are always complex and hard, because egos get in the way. People grow together, but maybe grow differently. Just because we have the same end goal doesn't mean we're taking a similar road to get there. But the open and honest, I just got to touch on that part.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to receive information for what they're saying, get to the meaning of the reality. What are they really trying to say? Openness without reservation. You're listening, not to respond, but listening without any reservation in that moment. And then honest, you just have to say what is on your mind and make it about, take away the feelings and the emotion of the thing and just talk about what's, factual. I always try to start with being direct and to the point and being factual with what information I'm trying to get out there, and taking away any bias I may have with the person or with any emotional state. Here's what's real, here's what we agreed on, and here's the discrepancy. Talk on that, and then the personal side, it lessens the blow, I think, where if you go at the person about what they did or didn't do and not the discrepancy first, I think it creates hostility right there at the beginning, where guards up, my ability to be open is kind of compromised. Just wanted to throw out the open and honest thing again. I think it's so crucial to have that out there.
Yeah, and so that whole I love it. That whole exercise of the 5 things I just walked through about partner person is an exercise in openness and honesty. So if you want to get a great partner fit, do that exercise first. And there's 2 other elements on the partner side. One is just know thyself. Like, what's your personal sweet spot? Dan Sullivan calls it your unique ability. EOS, we call it the loving great. And so just understanding your unique entrepreneurial value and that potential partner's unique entrepreneurial value. I'll give you an example. I own a company with Gino Wickman. It's called Entrepreneurial Leap. And his unique value and my unique value show up in structure. Opportunity without structure is chaos. So my unique value shows up in the visionary seat of eLeap. His unique value shows up in the owner's box of the company. We're both visionaries in the sense of that loose title, but only one can sit in the visionary seat. And who's the healthiest and smartest person to lead the company forth? Well, it was obvious. He was like, I'm not going to be the visionary. And I'm like, I have a vision for it. He goes, yes, you do. And so we figured out that sweet spot structure. So you got to figure out that structure for a partnership, because an opportunity for partnership without structure, well, is chaos. The next one is you just got to be aligned on really just two things I just call strategy and structure. And that's just a loose term for the vision traction organizer or the vision clarifier, wherever you're at with your partner, wherever stage you're at. It's just simply the plan. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? So you got to be aligned. You got to be like, yes, like I got nothing. That is 100% of what we're going to do. Strategy. And then structure. Again, the accountability chart structure, the org chart structure, if you're in the eLeap space, the partnership structure. How are we going to structure ourselves? And so if you can align on those three things, now you can talk about really pursuing things and having competency, because you know who you are, you know what you want, you know how you're going to get it in that structure right there. And there's some mastery right there. Who am I? Who are you? What do we want? How are we going to get it? And it's just these three questions ever evolving. So that's just partnerships. We could go to integrators and leadership teams as far as how to make some of this stuff happen. But
No, I love
those
it.
of you that are partners out there or wondering if you're partners, go through this exercise. This is powerful. And why all that? Because this gets you open and honest at the most root issues in partnerships.
It could save you a lot of heartache, right? And you want to
Save
do
you
it
10
before you
years
go
of hell.
into
I
business.
call if you don't do that, it's just a fast pass to the nightmare. And
It's
I'm
like
speaking
going,
from the truth.
yeah.
I'm speaking from reality of living in 10 years of the entrepreneurial nightmare. Literally 10 years.
Not doing it would be like going to Vegas and finding some chick at the bar and getting married that night and then realizing what you did the next day. You don't have that due diligence done beforehand.
I
to
don't know
make
that I
that
would say
decision.
it like that, but I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Hey, it's an extreme example, but we'll go with it.
No, it's
So-
a lot, man. Thanks.
Building the team, though, you got partnership first, but then building the team, which is probably the hardest and most complex thing to actually get in a good place.
Whew, it's not easy, right? So one of my mentors, Rob Dubay, said, and it's funny sometimes when I say he said it, I'm like, did he say it? Did I say it? Did I reflect it? I don't remember. But it was this hard, easy. Entrepreneurship is hard in both instances. It's never promised to be easy.
Nope.
We make it hard because we're ignorant. We don't know. We're unaware. We don't know how to do it. And when we don't know how to do it, it just becomes hard. It gets hard easy when we have awareness, when we seek mastery, when we have a coach, when we implement an operating system, things like that. And so we want to make it hard easy. It's always going to be hard. So finding an integrator and having a great integrator relationship is hard. Having a great leadership team, it's hard. But we can make it a lot easier if we trust the processes and the structure. Now I'm talking from the processes of eLeap, Rocket Fuel, EOS Life, and the Shine content. And so when it comes to integrator, though, again, you're looking for your perfect puzzle piece fit. So you got to know thyself. Who are you? Oh, I'm a visionary. Oh, I am this unique ball of energy that Gino calls us. And it's like, okay, so this is who I am. So now I am looking for my unique fit integrator, somebody who I can let go of, well, everything that's in my head and heart, every idea, every opportunity, every problem I see or challenge or obstacle I see in the future, everything I just want to talk about. And so then these parking lot things that you're talking about, these long-term issues, well, if they're for the business, so now you have somebody you can talk to about everything, and they decide with you how to implement and integrate those issues, how to problem solve those issues. And I can tell you, number one, it makes us whole because now we have somebody that gets it, wants it, and can do it. They get the issue, they get it. They want to take it. Oh, you want it? Oh my God, thank you. And they actually have the capacity to do something about it. Whether it's a long term that we're going to deal with later, or a short term, could be a rock, could be a scorecard, could be a to do, could be a goal, could be part of the 10-year target, we can decide the 3-year picture, right? It could be anywhere. We compartmentalize it, we structure it, we put it in the right places, and we sort it out. And all of a sudden, the visionary just starts going, "Oh, I feel so much better. God, I love this integrator.
Yeah,
I
so
love
much
what I'm
weight
doing.
taken
I'm
off,
so
right?
free. All this stuff is out of me. I feel so free. It's out of me." And so, my goodness, wow, what a great integrator. And then they lead and they manage and they create accountability. Makes it a lot easier to build a leadership team because they're the ones that hire and fire the leadership team members, the major function leaders. They're the ones that run the business day to day. They're the ones that execute the business plan, the VTO. They're the ones that execute on special projects that you two get on. And now you're freed up to be your visionary self with your ideas and your relationships and your face and your sales and the culture. And you get to shine in this seat that's built for an entrepreneur. You get to work on the business. No rocks, no to-dos, no scorecard numbers. All the issues are given to your integrator. And you're freed up to let that entrepreneurial energy, that visionary, passionate, problem-solving, driven, risk-taking, responsible energy start to flow, and you go. When it starts to flow, baby, you go. Watch out. And that's where companies go to rocket fuel. They go to the moon because they bring that entrepreneurial energy back in with that execution mastery. And that's the power of the VI when it fits great. And take a company to the moon. Walt Disney did it with his brother Roy. Walt said, without Roy, we would have bankrupted the company and bounced our checks.
Yeah. I mean, every big company like that had an out there vision. I mean, Walt Disney's such a great example.
It's a great example, right? That's about Disney, right?
You only know about one, but it took two.
Always. And so if you're this entrepreneur out there and you're listening, you're like, holy smokes, that's the issue. It's me. I'm the problem. I need an integrator. I can't do all this stuff. I know who I am. I know what I'm good at. Oh man, I'm not good at a lot of this stuff. And you don't need to feel bad about any of it. So the world wants to make you feel bad about not having integrator skills. I mean, I thought about going to get an MBA. And then I went and researched it. I was like, I don't want to learn. I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff. And then I got exposed to US, thank God, really quick. And I went, that's integrator work. So how do I get good at being an entrepreneur? Well, again, that's why we created the Academy. And that's why this path of mastery that I love, that Gino's created, is my life. Because I'm getting what I needed the most.
Yeah.
Please know thyself, entrepreneur, and be free.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipelineinc.com. It's so heavy when you're not. When you actually get to that place where that pressure's off and you get that feeling of freedom, because it takes a long time, Ryan. It takes a long time throughout this journey. It doesn't happen in a couple of years. We have this passion, this spark, and then we do the thing. We pay our due diligence with the time. We're always available. We're first in, last out. We do the thing. We pay our dues. And then we start to get that transition. I'll speak for myself. But all this time spent, and then you know what? This shit is not for me. Being in this role for somebody else. I am unemployable, and I know that now. And so now I need to go figure out how I can buy the damn thing and do my thing, be who I want to be and who I am. Because you either live a life by design or by default. And I could not live a life by default, even if my design ended up going completely catastrophic. I was going to find out, because the one question that will never be unanswered for me is what if? What if? I will always find out what if, even if I don't like the answer. But that's where I just said, you know what? I cannot stay where I'm at. I got to make a change, because I'm not this person to be working for someone else. But it's really hard. And there's dues that are paid. There's a lot of learning lessons that are unpleasant. They're very painful. And that's back to the hard or hard easy. Expecting it to be easy is what will make it hard. It's going to be fucking hard. There is no navigating away from that. But the hard road, the lonely road, the long-term road, and the path to fulfillment and success ultimately are all in the same one.
Did you want me to respond to that? I just would say yes, amen, hallelujah.
I'm giving it back to you to keep on going, because I didn't want to get carried away. This is your time today, but I just had to get it in there a little bit.
Well, yeah. So my heart is as a teacher and a coach and a mentor for entrepreneurs. So I'm always thinking of the audience and just what are we saying there? And maybe you're listening and going, yeah, God, I think I'm living a hard life in this pursuit. Or maybe you're on a leadership team and you're like, oh, wow, yeah, this is hard. So the first step is now you know. Now you know it's always going to be hard. So that's the nature of entrepreneurship. And so tough life, not cut out for everybody. And so you got to ask yourself, is this what you want? Now, if you're in the nightmare, no, you don't want that. You just have to believe and trust that there is a path to your dream. And if you're on a leadership team, I got to go help that entrepreneur realize, hey, I don't think we have to live like this. I think we can operate differently. And so, again, belief, behaviors, which ones come first? I'm not really totally sure, in complete honesty. Sometimes I think the behaviors start to change our beliefs, and sometimes I think our beliefs start to change our behaviors. But if it's just about how you have meetings, or how you measure numbers, or how you set priorities, or how you handle goals, or just how you talk to each other and use language, this path of mastery that I keep referring to, say you got a 12-person company, you're just really getting this thing off the ground, and you're really starting to struggle. It's starting to get ahead of you. Maybe you got a 150-person company. Well, in EOS, this is a human energy management system. We get all the human energy pointing in the same direction. We get everybody talking the same language. We get a leadership team to have one vision, one voice, one team. We get them in rooms where they can talk about it all and get it all solved, get it all out there. It's hard to be open and honest when you don't have a process to trust. Mm-hmm. You don't have a system that can handle all of that honesty and all of that openness. And again, I've been doing EOS now it's insane, 18 years. And for many of those years, not that well, open and honest. But the reality is, you got something you can trust. So that's the biggest word I could tell you, because open and honesty is trust. And with all love and respect, I can be as open as I possibly can to you right now and honest. If you're in that kind of pain, EOS is the solve. I can stand on that, at least from my experience. So if that's the pain you're in, I get it. That might be where you be. Look, if maybe you're like, you got 3 people in your company, you're listening. You're like, man, I've been listening to Jake. He's been inspiring me. just getting this business off the ground. I got me and 3 people. And I want to be like Jake. And Jake's like, I don't know if you want to be like me, baby, be you. But, like, I want to live this kind of life. And you're here and you're listening to me talk. That's why we created Entrepreneurial Leap and the Entrepreneurial Leap Academy. Because we will teach you, coach you, and facilitate for you, or not facilitate, mentor you in what we needed the most, helping you avoid, meet at the pass, these critical mistakes that lead to the nightmare, giving you awareness. So, I feel like I'm pitching this here a little bit, but it's just by passion, because I literally do this stuff myself, and I almost can't not. I'm a multiplier. I'm almost like a circuit rider, evangelist, if you will. Like, hey, I found something. I remember when I used to find cool music when I was a teenager, I'd show my friends, or I found a cool place to go, or I found a neat thing to do. I just want to tell everybody about it. And so I think I know that's what you're seeing here when I say these things. Yeah. Hey, I found the solve. I found the thing we're looking for. And so all my people, entrepreneurs who I love, I just go, hey, with all love and respect, I think I found it. You got to come check this out. Trust it. And so that's the hardest part. Yeah. Fear a lot of times leaves us standing, looking, skeptical, resistant. And I would say, man, if you love yourself and you want to love yourself and you want to love what you're doing, this is a good place. We're a community of love. And I say that with no head trash at all.
I think I agree with everything that you're saying, and even to the point that I was getting ready to transition into, and you set me up very well. You think about when people don't invest in themselves, it's fear related, or there's a block, not worthy enough. This is something that I've really thought about in the last 6 months or so. When someone's in search of meaning, automatically by saying that, by default, they are stripping away today having purpose and meaning. And so I think that so many people get caught up in this thing that will make them happy, but they don't have the internal awareness to know that they're just not happy with where they're at, but they're not happy at all. And going there will not actually make them happy because it's about the person that you are, the person you become to accomplish things that truly gives that fulfillment there. But everybody has meaning in their fucking life, Ryan. And by taking away this thing of meaning in life, it means that what you do today and tomorrow doesn't have any meaning whatsoever. But it's all part of the journey and it all has meaning. So many people, I think, just look at this thing like there's a gap between having any fulfillment or any meaning or anything of purpose or value in life. And then they never find it because there's always a gap and they don't have the internal awareness to say, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is my purpose right now. And this is the purpose I want to have in 10 years. And it's like that, setting that standard of your future self being a superhero that you never actually accomplish, but it's always striving to have that thing, but being good with who you are along the way.
You know the word that comes up for me when you say all that? Just awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I think awareness of your purpose, awareness of life, awareness of meaning, awareness that this all happened for you, awareness of why this stuff happened, awareness of what's happening, awareness of who you are, awareness of what you want. And when I talk about eLeap or Rocket Fuel or EOS, or the EOS Life or Shine, all this content, what I love about it is content that just gives me awareness. And if I could just get aware, let go of the past. It's over. Learn from it. Just be here with you. Like I just love being here with you. I'm just so aware that we're right here today on this Friday, and I'm just loving what we're talking about. And so, but awareness. Just awareness. That's what comes up for me when you talk about that.
I think awareness is the first piece of that has to be a truth. You got to understand what reality is, but then it's also your perspective on that reality, how you frame the world around you, and how you frame yourself to the world. So it's the information that you needed to have, like in real, honest information, the awareness part, but then also how you look at it, because there's two things in life that are going to happen. It's going to be a good or it's going to be a bad. When you figure it out, how do you frame the reality in which you just learned about with that awareness? And a lot of people want to become a victim and not achieve victory. And I look at the two. It's you become a victim of your circumstance or you achieve victory because of it. And there is no other option because it's either the thing that kills you or the thing that lifts you up. And you look at, a superhero and a villain, a hero and a coward, they have the same backstory. They just chose the path that were different. What are you doing with it? It's if you can take what happened to you that's bad and go distribute that hardship on someone else, why can't you do it for the good so no one else has to experience it? Why would you want to extend the thing that you hate instead of getting that thing that you hate mitigated with it stops with you and then you help change other people so they don't experience it? If you can be in a good mood or if you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you can be in a good mood for no reason at the same exact time. Why would you not want to be in a good mood? It's a hell of a lot easier way to live.
That's beautiful. Thank you for saying that. I feel like you should just capture that right there. That was really good, man.
I think it's back to your beliefs and behaviors. That's when you said that, I wrote it down. I thought that's going to be cycling in my head all day because they feed each other, and I don't know which one would be in front, to be honest with you.
I don't totally get it. I don't know. I kind of gave up on trying to figure out it. I just know if I have behaviors, it helps my beliefs. When I get really clear about my beliefs, it helps my behaviors. And so it's some sort of, I don't know what the right word is, gumbo, stew. It's just this mixture, and just it works. So I just want to be resolved on my behaviors and resolved on my beliefs. I guess that's how I think about it. Yeah, I just want to be resolved on it.
I think a lot of the time...
Settled. Have peace.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of the time we have to have a belief to change a behavior, but then sometimes the behaviors that we have change our beliefs also for the, the negative. So it's like, right. I can't put one in front of the other, but I think both of them have to be maybe in sync or aligned if you want to overcome something that's hindering you. Yeah, because the behavior can be the thing that you need to overcome, but you have to have the belief it can be possible.
Yeah, so that's, just the psychology of EOS. Of course, I'm always bringing it, we're in a professional setting, and I'm thinking about that. And so when we teach EOS and implement it in the beginning, we don't do vision. We do traction first.
Mhm.
So we're like, what are the behaviors? What are the scorecard numbers? What are the rocks? What's the level 10 meeting going to look like? Same time, same place, same agenda, starts on time, ends on time. I mean, that's behaviors. And that behaviors, it's so cool because they come back and they go, hey, this is starting to work. And they go, all right, visionary, what do you see? Who are we? Core values. What's your core focus? Why did you do this thing in the first place? What's our niche? And hey, what's going to make this thing worth it? Like, you've sacrificed so much to bring it to this place.
Mhm.
What do you want to have happen in 10 years? What do you believe could be true? And all of a sudden, there it is. Ooh, this beautiful values, these types of people who I believe we should work with. And they behave this way. This is what I think why we're here and what we're about, which is belief and behavior, because it solves all people, process, and system issues. And then the tenure, well, it's not just a belief it could happen. If we see it every single night and we get to tenure thinking, we actually behave differently. The game slows down and we get there faster. So which one works first? And they work together. I think it might be behaviors, but to get to the behaviors, you got to trust the process, which is a belief.
Dude, I'm with you.
Like,
Every time I try to get one or the
I don't know
other.
which one it is. All I can tell you is,
Mhm.
and I don't think I've swore yet today, so I'm just going to get one out. I think what happens is when you just fucking do it,
Yes.
it works. So just do it.
Takes both.
Just do it, man. Yeah, like Nike, just do it. So
You
that's.
know, I have a.
Sorry,
I have a,
sorry for the listeners that heard Ryan drop an F-bomb, but that's there I am.
Oh, well, fuck it. I ain't
Do
sorry.
it.
So
Just do it. Love you too. It's all good.
I talk about one of my frameworks, Highway to Success, and it's 5 components. You got to have the direction. You got to have the dream. It's got to be crystal clear what you want at the end. Your destination. You got to have standards, not just the goals. Right now, goals is great, but the standards to get you there. So your behaviors, to match the belief. The belief would be maybe your goal. The behaviors, the standards that will help you accomplish it. You got to have the resources. So you have to unlock resources, people's tools and processes come to mind right off the rip. What's around you? What tools are you using? Are you embracing what's there? Are you actually looking out to find something that's going to help you get to the place you want to go? Not overdoing it, but just having the right resources with the tooling, milestones, and momentum. You have to have a target. Sustain motivation without having destination disease. That's what I always like to call it. If you're just focused on the end and you're not enjoying that process to get there and doing the thing you need to do daily, you'll never make it there. And then the last one is the guardrails. Triggers, reminders, daily triggers where you say no to opportunity that doesn't fit in your vision. You have time blocks. You're focusing and executing 90-day periods. You're absolutely dialed in on what you're doing, and nothing else is coming in to take that away from you. You got to have the guardrails up, dude. You got to protect yourself, and you got to follow the plan. You just have to follow the plan. And then the reminders being, you got to see that vision all the time. You have to see it and remind yourself of why and constantly look at it. You don't want to, if you are the person that has a VTO or a business plan or a vision and you fill it out and you put it in your drawer and then you look at it next year, it's never going to work. Hate to break it to you, it's not going to work. You got to remind yourself of what you're doing and why you're doing it.
That there's something comes up for me about vision there. Of course, my world, entrepreneurs, and I work with entrepreneurs in so many different places on the path of mastery, particularly in eLeap and in EOS. And eLeap Academy is focused on entrepreneurs that have less than 10 people. They're just pre-EOS, essentially. They just don't have 10 or more people. EOS is built for 10 to 250 companies. But when it comes to vision, I'll go, all right, so what's your 10-year target? And they start looking at the paper. And they're like, I'm like, wait a minute. No, I want you to see it every single night. I want it to be coming out of like the innermost part of your being. And you have knowing, understanding of why that is the most important goal. It's the most important goal. It's the thing you want the most. It's going to make this 10 years of hard easy, hopefully. With some hard, it's just, it happens. Breaking through ceilings. But it's the number one reason you want to do this. It's the biggest goal. And so, vision isn't in you. I'll say the same question. I'm like, hey, so what's your passion statement? 3 to 7 words. I'll again shuffling through the paper. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. You don't know it? I mean, you got to be using it every single day. It's like your superhuman strength. And so if you're not seeing that 10-year target every single night, you don't have 10-year thinking. And if you don't have 10-year thinking, you ain't never going to get there because you're not going to know how to problem solve every single day. Because when I got 10-year thinking, problems come to me and I go, well, we got to impact 10 million entrepreneurs in 10 years. Like that, we're not going to do it like that. That's toxic and stupid. That's not healthy and smart.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not being open and honest. Okay, hold on. If my 10-year self would be totally open and honest, this would be solved. So how do we solve that? Let's solve it right here. Game slows down. Get there quicker. It's pragmatic. That's what you're talking about. Pragmatic things that we can do. Behaviors based on our beliefs. Beliefs based from our behaviors. And because so when you start solving those problems in light of that tenure, guess what happens? You really start to believe that crazy ass thing that came out of you that you start going, man, I feel kind of dumb saying that 10 million entrepreneurs in 10 years, that seems ridiculous. How the hell are you going to make that happen?
Build a transformational team and a legacy of excellence. That is what are in our pipeline. That is my inner being and existence. I'm going to battle. That's what it is. And with my coaching, it's to help 100,000 people unlock their greatness. And that is finding out that sweet spot in life of who you are, what you want, and being truly fulfilled in what you're doing. Hard easy. If you want to look at it from that light, it's just hard easy.
Yeah,
but
man.
you're doing it on your terms by design, not by default. Then that's me. That's it for me. Like I want to help people and I want to build a transformational team and leave a legacy behind when I'm done.
Well, you deserve it. You just got to earn it. You're not entitled to it. Hopefully you heard that one. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it, Jake. You deserve it. Like you deserve it. You just got to earn it. You got to do the hard, easy work, and you're not entitled to it. And so I just say that to you. I say that to myself. I have to say that to myself all the time. Am I willing to do the work? Am I willing to do the really hard work? Really hard work.
What we have, and that's it.
What are you gonna say? Go ahead, brother.
I said we're entitled only to what we have now in the current state, and that's it. Because the rest has to be earned. Where we are here by design, whether we wanted it to be the design or not. And we really don't deserve anything more or anything less than what we currently have until we go get it and have it in place. That's how I kind of look at it. We have to go earn what we want.
That's some awareness. Jeez, Pete.
Sometimes it's really not what we deserve, Ryan. Like I don't deserve anything I don't have. That's how I look at it. I desire to have it, and I will earn it, and then I'll deserve it. I wanted to touch on this real quick.
Yeah, I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Huh?
I got you.
Yeah.
I think you just deserve it because you deserve it, because you dreamed it. You deserve it. It's what's in you. It's the future.
We're on the same page with it, my friend. Don't worry about that. Yeah. All right. Start, stop, a trust builder. Real quick, I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
As far as building a team at that integrator role, but that leadership team, you do a start or stop in a moment of a trust building segment. I'm telling you what. You want to have some power in a couple hours with the leadership team. What is that, Ryan Henry? What is trust building and what is start stop?
Yeah. So in our annuals, we do 2 days. Day 1 is all about vision and team health. Team health and vision. And so in the team health exercises, we do this exercise. And it's called One Thing. And at the end of the exercise, the team walks away with a one thing commitment that sounds like, I am going to start doing Y for the good of the team. Or I am going to stop doing X for the good of the team. And the team is the leadership team. And so the way we get to that one thing commitment is awareness. So it's talking to people's blind spots, but doing it in 2 different ways. First, their most admirable trait. So listen, Jake, I admire your openness and honesty. It's the thing I admire the most, right? So there you go. And every single person on the leadership team does it. Brave one left. Everybody participates. And then what's the one thing that you must stop. I want you to stop doing this or start doing. I want you to start doing this for what? For the good of the team. And you just say it. Look them in the eyeball and say, for the good of the team, God, you got to stop doing this. And everybody participates. So think about an ops leader speaking to the founder, the visionary of the company, going, you've got to stop doing end runs. It's killing the team. It's killing our culture. You got to stop it. Whoa.
Powerful.
You ready for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Powerful.
everybody gets to participate. And it is one of my most cherished things of an annual. I love it. It's so powerful. It's so real. It's so honest. It's so authentic. It's so vulnerable. And it changes everything. It changed this one thing commitment. Now you have this 5-person leadership team that just got to the elemental, the one thing. If you just did this one thing that committed for the whole year, it would change everything, like everywhere with everyone. The 3 E's is what I like to call it. And that's what it is. That's the exercise. And so it's super powerful. It's the best. It changes teams. It changes people. It changes companies.
I was just going to ask, how many times has that been the thing that changed? It opened up that bottleneck to be resolved for good.
100%. Yeah.
Is that one of the more powerful ones that you've used?
It is one of the most powerful ones. And for teams, we do this every single year. So this is just a one-time event. At every single annual, they're going to do this for the rest of their lives because we implement EOS as an operating system that they operate on for the rest of their life. So for the rest of your life, running on EOS, you're going to participate in a one-thing exercise.
And I love how it starts.
Bring a little bit of fear, probably, but you just put the love in it. You just stand there and just go, tell me. I want to know. I want to get better. I don't want to know that there's something behind me that I'm blind on. I want to know. Why? Because I want to be my best. I want to be my best. And are you willing to be your best? We asked that question in Focus Day. Are you willing to become your best? And the best are open and they're honest. And that's the best open, honest exercise. It's
so good.
It's the best. It helps them become the best. And so, yes, of course, it changes everything.
It's so good. Having that start out with, here's what I admire about you, it really sets that stage. And kind of like what I mentioned earlier about the discrepancy and not the person. When you acknowledge a good trait or like this person's superpower, you're lessening that blow right away to create that opportunity to be vulnerable, where someone's coming at you with a conflict or criticism before even establishing a foundational, like, hey, how you doing? No, hey, motherfucker, you did this or that. Like, it's automatically going to put your guard up. We're survival creatures by instinct. We are going to be defensive. But you, Ryan Henry, are one of the most amazing visionary entrepreneurs, coaches I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
That sets the stage, right? Like, that's the true statement that I just made, but it sets the stage for that hard, open, and honest dialogue to be made
that's
after
right.
that.
Yeah, we don't just hit them with the negative first. We're like, hey, I see you. I see the most admirable trait. I see the positive. Brother, I see you. You even know that. I see you. This is the thing I admire the most about you. The most.
And because you know that you're getting ready to be honest on the back end with whatever you want to start or stop doing, you're also completely and fully transparent and authentic about the front end of that. Where
That's right. It's the same.
You're not BSing them about what you appreciate. And that also, I think, is a big part of that, where
100%.
the expectation is for you to be open and direct and honest.
We're aware of the design of that, of what it does. Yes.
Yeah. Ryan Henry. Let's talk about eLeap and the tools available on eLeap.
Sure.
What's the website? Where do they go? I'm going to go there myself. So I'm going to go there and find the tools.
Yeah,
I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, so e-leap.com. And so eLeap is built for entrepreneurs in the making and early stage entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs in the making are just pre-leap. They haven't started their business yet. And so the tools we have for them are to help them confirm, glimpse, and path. To confirm if they are cut out for entrepreneurship, if they have the 6 essential traits. To then glimpse the dream or the nightmare, and then see their path. And the tools that we have for that is called the 1, 2, 3 roadmap, which is an assessment, an entrepreneur in the making assessment that helps them confirm, a biz match, size, type, industry, helping them understand the right business that they're really built for, and then a vision clarifier, clarifying their vision. That's the 1-2-3 roadmap. And all those tools are free on our website. Very powerful for anybody that you know that you suspect might be an entrepreneur in the making. Once they take that leap and they have less than 10 people, we've built an early stage entrepreneurial process called ELA. And ELA is the Entrepreneur Leap Academy. It's a 7-month academy that myself and other instructors are mentors, teachers, and coaches, true entrepreneurs who have lived the path of mastery and are living the path of mastery, who are coming to mentor you, teach you, and coach you in 3 very specific things: clarity, confidence, and community. Clarity, so you know how to become a successful entrepreneur. You know how to avoid the 8 critical mistakes, lead to the nightmare, apply the must-dos, lead to the dream, and the 9 awarenesses of the stages that you must do as you build the life and business of your dreams. So you actually know how to become a successful entrepreneur in a very prescriptive way. Confidence in that you have the 6 essential traits and you know how to master those traits and see your path and build the life and business of your dreams. And then community, because look, most of us live very isolated, very alone lives because we're just so unique and we're so different. And so many of our family members don't understand us, our friends don't understand us, and sometimes our drive just drives everybody away from us because all we do is work. Yeah. And so getting into a community of peers where you can realize this life is very normative and learn from one another and collaborate with one another, both in the academy and on the path of mastery in the form of mentors, and to know that you can come into a community of people who are help first, do the right thing, do what they say, help you grow, not die, and be humbly confident. Confident we can help, humbled that we're still doing the same thing you're doing, knowing who we are, what we want, how to get it. And that's the academy, 7 months, all online, virtual. So anywhere in the United States you want to come, you can participate. And we're going to teach you who you are, what you want, and how to get it. And we're going to meet every single month for 7 months. And at the end of that 7 months, you are going to gain mastery because it's Gino Wickman mentoring you directly. The structure is set up as a mentoring structure. So it's as if Gino himself was mentoring you. So if you've heard of Gino and you're like, wow, that'd be kind of cool to be mentored by Gino. Well, that's what the Academy is designed to do. And it's designed to give you 10 years of entrepreneur mastery and wisdom in 7 months. So you can gain 10 years, avoid the nightmare, and leap ahead to your future. Because a mentor is a speed pass, and we're here to give you a speed pass to your future. Clarity, confidence, and community. So that's eLeap. Our passion is helping you build the life and business of your dreams by lighting up this path of mastery. So that's what we're all about. And if you're interested, come check us out. We would love to help you because we love you. We built this for you.
Go to e-leap.com. If you guys cannot tell, Ryan is fired up, and this is just Ryan being passionate about. This is him in his sweet spot. This is what
actually kind of being reserved right now. I know. I got much of it tucked in right now. So
everyone's probably like, "Damn, this dude's fired up!" Like, oh no, he's not walking around or pacing. He's just
chilling. About 5. You should see me around 9 and 10.
Yeah, that ain't no shit. I've seen that. I like that, Ryan. Get fired up, boy. Tell me what, Ryan. I can't thank you enough, my dude, for all your mentorship and helping me out throughout the last few years. Everything you've done. Open and honest. I freaking love you, dude. I can't wait to see you again. Go to e-leap.com. Go look up Ryan Henry, Gino Wickman. Figure out what it's all about. The worst place you can ever be is questioning and not knowing what if. This will answer that question for you. So go figure out the question that you need to look at your life through, the lens. What if I am an entrepreneur? What if I'm not? And go get the answer with Ryan Henry, Gino Wickman, e-leap.com. Man, I'm getting fired up. We're going to have to get out of here, boy. We're going to have to keep going.
I love you too, brother. Appreciate you.
Ryan Henry, e-leap.com. Go check it out. This is another edition of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast. Until next time, Ryan Henry, we're out.
Cheers.
Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day. It's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.